because I had tried to kill my mom. That's why I ended up going with my grandma.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I tried to kill my mom. That's why I ended up going with my grandma.
What age did you try to do that?
When I was like 13.
What happened?
Growing up, we were in the church, but I was around like different people, like, and so people would try to touch on me and stuff. I never got like penetrated, but I always got touched on. I remember when I was young, this guy from church, I was at an aunt's, my grandma's sister, and her boyfriend at the time, he tried to, and I went and ran and told, and we went to court, and she lied for him and stuff. It was crazy.
Wait, what?
What's up, YouTube? Make sure that you click the notification bell. We're gonna be going live in 2024.
And don't forget to tap in with my Instagram, at Marcus the Interviewer.
Now back to the content.
What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews, out here with another one. So we got a young lady with us today. How you doing today, miss?
All right.
All right. So are you homeless?
Yes.
Okay, how old are you?
44.
34?
44.
44. You look great.
I'm 22.
22. I get it. 22 times 2. I get it. So, okay. 44. How long have you been homeless?
It's just down here. I've never been homeless like outside, but this is like this has been a little bit over 2 years.
A little over 2 years. So, how long have you been like outside now?
Like, yeah, for like 2 years. But when I was homeless before, I did have someone to stay with, but I paid them. But I still didn't have my own place. But I've been experienced this for over 2 years.
Over
now.
2 years? So what was it that happened 2 years ago that caused you to have to get outside?
Well, what happened is, first of all, I had a job, but I got taken off the schedule because I got back problems.
Okay.
Sometimes I can't walk, and they took me off the schedule.
What type of job was it?
I was a server,
Okay.
and I do management and stuff. I was doing that.
Okay.
And another reason is I stayed in a rooming house, and they needed me to help my grandma. She passed away now in November, but they needed me to help her, and I was mad because, like, my family don't know me like that. They felt I didn't have nothing going on, but I actually did. But it's my grandma, so I moved out my rooming house by my uncle's request, and I put my stuff in storage, and I went to go help her. But then I caught COVID, and so I had to come back for a week. When I went back, he changed the company that he picks to work for her. So I was just up there, and I would go check on her and stuff. It was just horrible. It's like a lot to do with my family. You know what I mean?
So we're gonna talk about that. So, okay, it sounds like some family stuff is just ready to pour out of you. So we'll get there in a second. But real quick, do you have any kids?
Thank God I don't.
No
But my
kids.
life would have taken a different path if I had a kid.
What path do you think it would have taken?
You know, when your life take different paths depending on, who knows if I would have even been downtown or in Atlanta if I had a child. You know, it's like a different path.
Did you ever like get pregnant?
Yes,
How many times?
one time.
One time? What was the result of that? Was it an abortion or a miscarriage?
I had a miscarriage after I was 8 weeks.
After you was 8 weeks? Wow. What age did that happen?
When I was 20, it was in 2002.
Okay. So it's 22. He was 22. Alrighty. Okay. All right. Have you ever been married?
No,
No? Okay. So let's just start from the beginning. So where are you from?
I was born in Detroit, but I'm from Pittsburgh.
Hey, man. First of all, shout out to D, man. What up, though? Shout out that big old 313. Hey, man, shout out that Berg, man. Shout out that Pittsburgh, Steel City, man, all day long. Shout out all my Steelers fans, Steeler Nation out there. Yes, sir. All right, and so growing up in Pittsburgh, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
No, my grandma raised me for real.
Okay, where was mom and dad?
My mom was young, so
How young was she when she had you?
when she was 15, about to be 16.
Wow, were you her firstborn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so-
she had I guess I had a brother that would have been like 2 years older than me, but she lost him when he was born.
Ooh. And that was like probably around 13 or 14?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. So, all right. So we'll definitely mark that. We'll note that. So okay. And so, you grew up with your grandma. Did you have siblings? No, none.
No, I haven't met my sister in person, but my dad. She lives in Tennessee, and we keep in contact on Facebook.
Okay. Is she younger, older than you, or
She's
what?
older than me.
Older? How much older?
Probably like 4 years or 5. I'm not sure. That's a shame.
Okay, because if your mom was around 14 to 15 when she had you,
Yeah, that was my dad. My dad's like on my dad's side.
I get it. But how old was your dad when he impregnated your mom?
26.
Ooh. Did he get in trouble for that or anything, or?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
That was like, back then, and even back further. So that got, you know, that
Swept
happened
under the rug
to a
type
lot of
deal.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
it happened to my grandma.
Huh. I mean, did your mom ever tell you about that situation? Like, was she?
When my mom died in 2018, I was just finding out more stuff about it.
Who?
My
okay.
mom.
Okay. Is your dad still living?
No, he
No?
died when I was like 13.
13? Jesus. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah. So okay. So what up, boy? I see you, man. Okay, I see you, my boy. All right. So you grew up with your grandma. And so, you know, how, like, would you say you had like a fairly normal childhood?
Yeah, because I mean, I would go stay with my mom sometimes, and I always had stuff like, you know, things, but
Material things, but what was
Like-
missing?
I miss my mom, but I didn't understand back then that she was young and, you know, kind of out there a little, like she was. And when I do the math, I just really did this stuff. Probably, it's not bad to say, but maybe a couple years ago, because I didn't realize how old my mom was when I graduated and how old my grandma was when she took care of me. You know?
Still fairly young, right? Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you look back on that, what are your thoughts?
I thank my grandma for because she risked a lot, I guess, to keep me. But I was always her closest grandchild.
Okay, and so I mean, you know, I'm gonna ask because I feel like I almost see tears on the verge of your eyes. That's just like almost a permanent fixture. Did anything ever like happen to you when you was younger?
Yeah, like growing up, we were in the church, but I was around like different people, like, and so people would try to touch on me and stuff. I never got like penetrated, but I always got touched on. I remember when I was young, this guy from church, he was older than me. He had to probably be like 17, because I remember though, I was only like 6, but I remember, or 5, because he used to make me come in the room and like touch him and stuff, and I used to think I had to do it because he used to tell my grandma he would tell on me, and I was scared to get a whooping.
So what?
Yeah.
And he like touching you? I'm imagining in his private areas.
Yeah, like making me just, and I thought I was supposed to. You know what I mean?
What would he make you do?
Like just touch the stuff and like just some of it is a blur, but I know it wasn't right now. Like, cause I didn't know about that stuff. You know, when I grew up, my grandma kept me strict, so I didn't know.
Well, I mean, at
things.
6 or 7, nobody really supposed to know that stuff.
Yeah, and then, but it was to the point I always was scared to get in trouble. I never liked getting a whooping, so that's how they would trick me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell.
So
your
wait,
grandma.
did this happen multiple times?
Yeah.
When else?
Like, well, with him, like it continued.
So
for a
it was an ongoing thing up until what age?
Probably till the last time somebody tried to do something to me is when I was 16. Well, was I 17? Well, I didn't even drink yet, but you know, I was at an aunt's, my grandma's sister, and her boyfriend at the time. He tried to, you know, rape me, and I went and ran and told, and we went to court, and she lied for him and stuff. It was crazy.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, I was just on the Steve Wilkos show about a month ago, and so I started tapping into his content, and so much of this happens, man. So much of this happens, and the authority figures tend to not believe the little girls. It happens all the time. When you told her, because you was a full teenager at this point, when you told her and she didn't believe you, how did that make you feel?
Stupid, because like they looked at me, like I said, for a long time my family, I guess, just judged me. Didn't really, because when I was around they knew, but like right now if something was to happen to me, nobody would really know where I am, but or what location I'm in,
right?
Nobody, you know,
keeps up or whatever,
keeps up with me at all. And I know I'm older too, but it's just horrible.
Well, what was you saying? Your family what?
Like they, like, with all of this going on, I really never told nobody till I got older. But when that happened, I did. I went and told my neighbor. She helped me. But my aunt, she was into him because at the time she was one of those ones that's into her boyfriend more, and she like lied in court and said that because she had changed her room around and they showed pictures of court. Like when you were there at court, they was making me feel like intimidated because well, was this bed over here when you were there? I'm like, no. And because she had changed everything around.
Okay, so they basically, so what ended up happening with that case? He got off basically?
Yeah.
So what actually happened? Like, how did he get to the point to where he almost R-worded you?
Because when I was I was laying in the bed and he wasn't supposed to be there. My aunt, where was my aunt? She was at her daughter's wedding. And he came in, you know, I knew him all my life, that's the thing. She was with him for years, and so I looked at him like an uncle. But it's like he came laid next to me to the bed, and I was turned backwards because I was dozing off. And it's like he grasped me, and I moved. You know, I tried to move to see, but he grasped me tighter. And at that point, I got scared. Like, okay, he's grasping me tighter. What is he trying to do? But like, you know, it was just crazy because I got up. It's like he stopped. He was trying to do what he was doing, and he just fell asleep because I guess he was high and drunk. And I got up and ran to the neighbor, you know, because I told my neighbor, and she was like, call the cops. We had to call the cops. But the first problem is I didn't get no kid or nothing. But you know, it didn't go that far, but it went far enough. Like he just fell asleep because he was high and stuff. He was an older man too. That messes with your mental when you're growing up, you know.
Okay.
And I told my grandma and stuff later in life, you know. I told them when I got grown, because I just always kept it to myself, because, you know, me and my mom wasn't close, and I always felt, we got close before she died, and we had a really good relationship, but I always used to ask her from when I was young, because I had tried to kill my mom. That's why I ended up going with my grandma.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I tried to kill my mom. That's why I ended up going with my grandma.
What age did you try to do that?
When I was like 13.
What happened?
I don't know. I remember just planning it because I got tired of getting in trouble for no reason and getting smacked, because I never was a bad kid. I know that, like, I didn't do much. But my mom used to smack me in the face, and I used to hate it, and she used to always holler at me. And I never understood why when I go in the house, I got to go straight upstairs, because I didn't know nothing about drugs and stuff when she had company. And I remember planning it because I felt like I was treated unfair. But I remember I told my family that I watched a scary movie and had a bad dream, and the devil made me do it. But I didn't actually go through with it. Like,
what was your plan?
To like stab her, but I couldn't do it. Like it was crazy. And you know, I went with my grandma from that, and I asked my mom later in life that she held out against me, because it took a long time for us to get close. But it's because she said she didn't know how to be a mom, because she never had to be around me. But once I got older and she got older, we was really close.
Wow.
My mom died when she was 55. She died in 2018.
Sorry to hear about that. Oh, man. Wow, when you look back on that, you're 44 now. That was over 30 years ago. What are your thoughts?
That's why I like talking to people and stuff. Let them come. Even though I got my own problems, a lot of people come and tell me stuff and talk to me, because I can listen without judging, and I can look at all aspects of the story. But I just look at it that I got a lot of blur. And then,
in other words, do you put more blame on you, or do you put more blame on your mom?
No, I didn't blame my mom, or I just thought that, you know, I didn't know what it was at the time. I just thought people were nasty and gross, and now that I look at it, it's like they should have been put under the jail, and I wish I would have been not scared to tell.
Well, no, what I mean is, as far as you trying to kill your mom.
Yeah.
Do you think that more so falls on you as a 13-year-old, or more so on her for the way that she was treating you?
On her, because I just didn't understand why sometimes she would be mean.
Did you ever have that conversation with her?
Yeah, I was able to once I got older.
And so what was that conversation like?
No, and then she just said we was crying and hugging. She said she never held that against me. So we never really talked about it. And I said, Mom, I'm sorry. You know, I told her I'm sorry, because I just remember that stuff. But it just changed my life, because I had to go. And I was always back and forth. Sometimes I was in Detroit or Inkster. Then I was in Pennsylvania a lot. Then I started coming down here when I was 16.
Let me ask, all the molestation and stuff that happened to you, when did you actually lose your virginity? What age?
When I first moved, when I was 15, about to be 16 in Norcross.
Dude, why you smile when you say that?
Because I moved away from my grandma, and I came down here to help my aunt, so-called, because she was pregnant, and she was moving down here because she was having problems up at home. And I ended up losing my virginity at the apartment complex that we were at.
So was it someone older, or was it?
He was a little older than me. He probably was. Yeah, I know he was 20. He was like 25 or 24.
Okay, he was in his mid-20s and you was 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't. A lot of experiences I had, I tried everything myself, because my grandma always didn't never talk to me about sex and stuff because she tried to make me sign a waiver that I would never like lose my virginity and stuff. And so everything I learned on my own. But that's always a bad thing because if you do that,
you're gonna go out here and bump your head. You're gonna make tons of mistakes.
When you get out, you wanna do stuff experimental, like because you finally free. Like, ooh.
Let me tell you something. I've got a 12 and 14-year-old daughters. Okay, and I've been talking to them about sex since 5th grade. Okay, because I don't want them to get it from their friends or get it from anybody else on the street or anything like that. I need to be the first influence on what they think and how they feel about sex. So I think that all parents should do that. So, you know, all right, so here we find ourselves in this position, like, okay, why are we in this position? Like, do we have a job?
I was picking up gig jobs, but lately I haven't because I did, you know, I so-called had a boyfriend ever since I've been out here, and he tried to help me, but actually it's toxic, and I always tell him I try to break up with him because I got to focus on myself and get myself, because it was kind of with my back hurting, it was kind of like a stepping stone because he was helping me, but then it was just normal stuff. He wasn't doing boyfriend stuff, but it got bad, and everybody keep dying on me. Like my stress and my mental got worse and worse, and then when I just lost my grandma, said it's always a backfire. But you know, first she died, I didn't tell her I was still staying in the streets, but I know I'm gonna get out, not only for me, but I know that's what she want. It pushed me harder, but I've been looking for jobs because I got it, but I just never know. Sometimes I get up and can't walk. And then sometimes I ask for help, but I don't want help to be rich. I just be needing a head start because I'm gonna make sure I get back on my feet.
So why not apply for SSI disability and stuff like that?
Because you still gotta wait, and what you gonna do?
Well, I know, but I mean, at least if you started 2 years ago, then you know you'd be 2 years down the road.
With my depression and stuff, and my bipolar and depression, like, you know, it was controlled a lot because I was working, and you know, it would keep me occupied. But it's came out back being out here because I go through a lot of challenges, especially being a female. So I just I tried before, and they said because I have a work history.
Huh?
They denied me twice.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna ask. I mean, are there any drugs involved?
No, I used to smoke a lot of weed. I drink, but I don't drink that much.
So no hard, no meth, no pills, no any of that stuff?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, you know, do you have any family down here in Atlanta?
I do, but we're not that close. We don't.
What family?
My aunt that used to be like my favorite aunt, and she used to be my mom's best friend, but we distant. They live in Gwinnett County.
So if they were to happen to come across this video on YouTube, what do you think their thoughts and their reactions would be?
It's nothing that they don't know. But you know what? The sad thing about it is about my family. I discovered, especially when my uncle died in 20, and my mom died, is they really didn't know me to assume that I was doing the stuff that I was doing, because I didn't know for a long time that my family thought I was just running wild, free on drugs and stuff. I was always a drinker, but I always had jobs and work, and I always helped myself. I just used to have problems, but you know, like they look at me like I'm just out here like Cousin Faye from thing, just out here just being wild and
I mean, did you ever go through your phases where you was like, you know, prostituting and stuff like that?
Oh no, I mean I was, you know, I was a little ho-ho-ish when I was younger. Like I went through my phases with that. But
do you think that any of that was kind of caused by the molestation that you went through and things like that?
I guess to try to get, when they say it's true, like sometimes you do stuff you know it's not good, or know it's not good for you, but when you got a certain state of mind and your mental being, you just do it just to feel, not even love, you know the person don't love you, it's just to feel
some type of human connection.
Yeah.
A human connection that you are supposed to get from your family, or you're supposed to get from your parents, but that didn't necessarily happen with you. So you were searching for that human connection in all the worst places, and I get that. I understand that. Okay, so, all right, so I mean, you know, if anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, you have a way they could do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything like that?
Yes, I have Cash App.
What's your Cash App?
Gotta earn it 23.
Okay, just how it sounds, gotta earn it 23?
Yeah, the GOTTAEARNIT 23. But you know what? Like when I've reached out before, that's why I can't panhandle. Like people be like, you better panhandle. Like that's why I always worked hard, because I remember I asked for $1 and people told me no twice, and I was scared to ask again. But like I said, even when I put up a GoFundMe before, now I knew it was in desperate need, because I put it up and it was serious. but nobody responded. And there's been people I reached out to and they read my messages, and you know, but I never needed help like I did now, and that's why sometimes I reach out to random people and it's like they don't respond or nothing, and I don't understand. Like I said, I'm not trying to get a free meal ticket. I just want to
a little
get back
boost.
on my, yeah, because I can't do
What
this
would you
for another
consider
year.
a boost? What would you consider, what amount of money would you consider to be a boost?
You know what, you can make anything happen, but you know what, I'm not sure.
Listen,
Enough to get a place.
let's just put $1 on it.
I don't know. A good boost for me would be like $1,000.
Okay.
Because I would start off and just get a rooming house again, but I would take care because I want to take some more classes when I get back grounded. You know?
Okay.
Because I'm going through a lot of stuff with my
All right,
grandma.
well, listen,
just
I
now.
mean, guys, you know, you heard what her goal is. So, if you guys want to help, you know, you can definitely hit her up on the Cash App.
And I'm nice. I try to share and stuff, but people just don't appreciate it. And I do it out my heart because I get it from my grandma. I can be mean, and because I take up for myself no matter where I go. That's what people don't know about me. They think because I wear eyeshadow, I'm just like, and they try me. And that's why I start staying from the park, because I was catching myself fighting all the time. And with me being this age, I can't do that stuff. I just try to get better and
So
elevate.
you got a bad back. You
Yeah,
ain't fighting nobody.
but when people try me, it's like, and they be older people, and it's like I gotta hit them before they hit me. But
I get it,
stopped
but we
doing
ain't
that.
talking about that. All right, we ain't talking about
Yeah.
that. So, no worries. The bottom line is that if people want to help, they can hit up your Cash App, right? You have Instagram or Facebook?
Yes, I have Facebook.
What's your Facebook?
Tasha, miss me with the bullish Lindsay.
How do you spell Tasha?
Tosha.
Okay, and then miss me with the
Yeah, it's all one word.
right. So
Am I-
Tasha miss me with the
Yep.
bullshit or BS.
No, bullish.
Bullish,
Bullish.
So Tasha missed me with the bullish, and then what's the last name?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Okay. All right. Well, listen, Miss, we really appreciate you. Definitely wish you nothing but the best. All right. Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
Thank you.
No doubt.